Peace of the family, peace of you and yours. It's your brother Red Pill, representing Know the Ledge, coming right back at you with another Melanin Mondays. This is Melanin Monday 31, live and direct. Salute to the family. I'm gonna play a little bit of music and let the family roll up in here. All right, it's only right. So salute to everybody that's in the building. Let's play a little bit of music and wait for some more people to pull up, and then we'll get right into it. Okay, iTunes, where you at? Well, I guess not. Oh, there you go. All of this ice you can look for don't reach on close. Or get caught from run slow. Relax. When the pumps go, work is all about to unfold. The rock, talk about the real it was you was in the house and your ass was Vincent. I was raised on Bobby. In the last days, they betrayed Mugabe. The wave has got me. I'm focusing. We never was supposed to win. Took $1 billion at the stores like the Olsen twins. Like 11. Reverend. My brethren in the down world, off-white dark forces, upside down crosses, etherical nooses, strangle while dream tangled with angels and demons. We the children of a made in the image of joy. Corpus electi, corporate neckties, Corsican pirates with courses and vestides. Oh man, y'all niggas playing games, man. Go and get that Twin album. Come on, big. That's Wakanda right there. That's a little glimpse of what we got. Track monumental double album, twinthealbum.com. You don't gotta go to Tower Records. Come right to your supplier. Come right to the plug. Don't run on the plug. Come right to the plug. Come. Cut the middleman out. Stop shopping with the middleman. Of course, twinthealbum.com, pillars.bandcamp. Buy the physical copy. We'll sign it and autograph it. We'll give you. We also have a deluxe package that comes with merch, or you could buy the digital download. If any independently as an artist, and you on this, we're following the wave. We're following the wave of progressive music in this independent digital age right now. Merch before anything. So please even sign up to the website twinthealbum.com. It's not just a regular website, it's also like a social network, so page and all of this other stuff. Sign up on that page. You'll be able to be notified of all of the upcoming tour dates, all of the upcoming merch releases, all of the upcoming video releases, such as Twin the Movie, which will be dropping any day now. I can't give you the day exactly, but you know, that's why we have networks. That's why we have Instagram. That's what this YouTube is about. That's what the Facebook is about. The connection is really about building. It's really about speaking into these cameras and then broadcasting information and a message and a light to the four corners of the planet. And everywhere and every time that I go somewhere and we travel and we get on this grid and we navigate and we go to the four corners of the earth, I'm always pleasantly reminded of the wonderful people, the beautiful people, the powerful people that are out there. And that's my heart. You know what I'm talking about? Like, we have people in every single state. We can name one of our people, because let me tell you, personally, coming from me, somebody who's moving around all around the United States, soon to be globe, um, the enthusiasm, the light, the enjoyment, the future, the potential that people are having in their eyes when they're coming up to talk to me, the love that they have, the love for themselves that I'm seeing, the transformation when they tell me that the information has transformed them. I can actually, they're showing me before and afters, but when you could look at energies, when you could read frequencies and whatnot, I'm like, yo, this shit is really, this is the truth right here. This is that you can't put a value to it. This is this is priceless. Real talk. It's almost like a ministry. You know what I'm talking about? It's almost like a ministry. So I'm not going to get into the self-aggrandizement and start breaking down all of the things that I've heard and I've seen, but I want to paint a picture to anybody who may be unfamiliar as to the perks of doing this work. You know what I'm talking about? Because it's a motherfucker, it's definitely my eye at play, because it's pros and cons on both sides. But the pros of doing the work is the fact that you're going to see your work live itself out in front of you in real time. Like, I'm seeing the rising of the kingdom. I'm seeing the rising of the black messiahs, the black or more messiahs. I'm seeing the messianic forces waking up in the babies. You know what I'm talking about? All the way up to the elderly, the most elder of the elders is on board. People check out on the frequency. Like, they're riding this to the wheels fall off. So I'm saying the most elder of the elder. If they 101, we had a brother who was coming on No Ledge Radio who was 104, and he was telling everybody how to make it to 104. You understand what I'm saying? He was giving them gems. He was giving them real life applications, not some shit you read from a book. He was testifying about his testament, giving real talk. That's what he was doing, because he was living proof. So you might not. The quality is poor. It's pixelated. Hold on. This camera, because the one, you know what I mean? Probably in a week or two, you won't even have to worry about all of the pixelating thing, because I'm going to just feed it directly through a DSLR camera. I'm wild lazy, as you can see. I could have been upgraded a long time ago. We're going to have some stuff coming off of the flats. You know what I mean? The little screens behind me. I went and got some artwork. Look at the artwork. We went and picked up some artwork yesterday in Norfolk, Virginia. This sister called Poetry Jones, she got up there and did a performance. And this performance was a performance that, you know, blew me away. And then when I found out she was an artist, you know, the entrepreneur in me, I had to support it, because guess what? Guess what goes up in value? Art goes up in value. Okay? Art appreciates in value. So imagine if you niggas was able to go to Basquiat's talent show, right? Imagine if you was able to go to a Basquiat talent show, or you were able to go to a Basquiat pop-up when he was out here doing his thing. Shout out to the sister who made this. Let me see. The name of the website is fablife.com. That's FABBLYFE.com. That's my sister, my sister right there. She's doing her thing. You know what I mean? We remodeling this office right here to get this thing, you know, media ready. So I got a lot of pieces coming in. If anybody wants to send some pieces, you can send it to the inbox, or leave your email, and I'll personally email you. I'm not gonna put all my information out on the you know, but if you want to send something, send it. It'll be part of the collection. I'm building a museum. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm building a museum. I've saved all of my cuffs from all of my years, because if these damn cuffs could talk, you know what they would be able to tell you? A whole lot of shit that they seen. You know what I mean? So it's important to, you know, just save some of the things that you are collecting on your journey, some of the jewelry that you've grown out, clothes that you've grown out of. These are all, I'm not telling you what to do and how to do it. I'm just giving you a glimpse of the logic behind some of the shit that I was doing. You know what I'm saying? But on my old jewelry, because a lot of that old jewelry holds a lot of time and the period of that jewelry. There was a whole bunch of energy going on. There was a whole bunch of things that were taking place. So those are like relics. You know what I'm talking about? Those are like relics. Know your worth. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, know your worth. That's why I'm showing you that artwork. That's why I'm telling you the fact that you gotta put value to the shit that you have. You save your clothes and you make that. You don't make it just thrift shop. You know, you make that. You got it in a museum one day, like how they put it, how they put people's outfits in a Hall of Fame. You know what I'm talking about? So you know, all of this is iconic. The same way that the rope chains was iconic back in the 80s and whatnot. If Slick Rick kept all three, or if certain people kept some of their stuff from the death clothings, these copper crowns, all of this, because this era that we live in right now, in the last 4 or 5 years, I would say, really for real, since like 2013, 14, you know, with consciousness being on the rise, consciousness being commercialized, consciousness being mainstream to a degree. You feel me? Like it's definitely been mainstream. Like all of this is iconic. And I'm not going to try to convince somebody who doesn't see the value in what it is that they participate, or the value in the reality that they belong to, or the reality that they tap into, because some people don't even belong to consciousness. They just, you know what I mean? They tap into the shit like it's a website. They just dial in. They log into consciousness. They're not living consciousness. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nobody will ever judge you from being you know, a purveyor. You know what I'm saying? A peeping Tom, because the society that we live in, it supports peeping Toms. It encourages niggas to be peeping Toms. And, you know, it is what it is. Like this is the digital era. This is the internet space. So all of our expressions, from the most ratchet expressions of ours, all the way up to the most highest, loftiest, spiritual, whatever you could qualify, it's all expressed in what is known as cyberspace, a place that it doesn't abide by the limits of what is known as physical space. Bits versus atoms, okay? Bits versus atoms. We're dealing with a whole different reality. We're dealing with a whole different concept. We're dealing with a whole different formula to apply to the reality that you exist in right now. Bits versus atoms. Go and get the book, The Long Tail by Chris Anderson, who used to be the editor at The Wired. He still may be the editor at The Wired magazine, but he put out a seminal work called The Long Tail. And the long tail, the aspect of the long tail is that the internet, or what you know as the digital age, is the long tail, an endless possibility, an endless stream, an endless tail of websites, niche markets, representatives of taking advantage of the time, of the present, of the now. If this YouTube thing glitches out, because it did it last week, I'm on Facebook under Phil T. Moreland. Okay, the same name that you see on this YouTube, which is my government. You know, I'm not hiding, nigga. This is me. Okay, because I already told you inside of Philip is red pill. PHI is red, or phi, which is fire, which is red. LLIP flipped around as pill. You know what I mean? My last name is Moreland. I don't have to say anything else. What are you niggas living for? Well, I'm living for more land. I gotta talk. I'm living my best life on 100 acres of none of you niggas. I can have my own city there, right? So anyway, when we go back to what the internet represents, or what click and order represents versus brick and mortar, or what bits or what atoms. Remember, bits is the physical. It has limitations. It's bits. It's physical. a record store or a clothing store, there's only but so many racks. It's only but so much space. So it's only but so much money it can make. It's only but so much clothes it can hold. It's only but so much different labels it can carry. But when you have click and order, or when you have atoms, bits versus atoms, you have, I mean, atoms is the physical stuff. Atoms is the physical world. Bits is the digital world. Nigga, Amazon. Bits. They don't even store most of the stuff that they sell. Bits. Shopify. Bits. You understand? Bits. Niggas is selling bits. They monetizing bits. You know, it's not even real, bro. When you put a mock-up up, bro, it's not even real. It's a bit. You know what I'm talking about? So the game is to be sold. We're gonna talk about this later. But I'm just giving you a glimpse of, you know, we talked about this, matter of fact, in Norfolk, Virginia this weekend when me and Blue Pill and Professor Griff tore it down at the lecture entitled The Conscious Industry. See, a lot of people thought we were going to do Fear of a Black Planet or something, but we did a specialized lecture that was solution-based called The Conscious Industry. I laid it down. We have some footage. We didn't capture everything, unfortunately. But yeah, sometimes you just got to be at certain lectures because everything is not for the camera. But bits, we have to explore the bits versus atoms. Okay, there's a lot of power in that. I talk about that in the Facts Initiative. I talked about that in the Evolution Will Be Digitized, which I did in 2014. We're in 18 right now. So we're going to do some more updated versions. We're actually converting all of our old lectures into PDFs, and those are going to be available to Patreon members. So shout out to the Patreon members. Patreon, I even uploaded 2012 unseen lecture that nobody had ever saw. I got it from the brother A.A. Rashid, and it's a segment that I did at a college in front of college students. You know what I mean, about hip hop in 2012, before this shit really went left. And you could go and listen to the whole presentation and hear the prophecy right there. You feel me? You can hear the prophecy in the bars. You know, I was talking about Tupac and all of that other stuff way before the Tupac movie, you know, way before people started, because, you know, granted, there's been a lot of talk about his Black Panther backgrounds and his esoteric meaning, coordinating. Yeah, but we was touching on that, you know, preliminary to 2012. Can you filter the pay schedule more? Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I'm gonna have stuff on the page for the patron live streams. We're gonna have, you know, exclusive content for you. We want to feed you, you know what I'm saying, the way that we would feed you if you was in VIP. We want to treat you special and give you the amenities that we have to afford. We're putting out subscription boxes. You understand what I'm talking about? We're going to be putting out subscription boxes, promo codes, so many different things, people who we have allegiances and alignments with, people who we are affiliated with, affiliated sponsors who have brands themselves. So it's going to be a beautiful thing. Like I said, in Norfolk, Virginia, which is the birthplace of Mama Pill, right? That is the birthplace of my mother, Mama Pill. She was born in Norfolk, Virginia. My grandfather was a merchant seaman. All right, that's a military town. So he was stationed there. So she was born there. So we went out there this weekend. We did a monumental 2-day lecture. One day was a lecture. The other day was a performance as well as a Q&A. My brother Blue Pill got on stage and talked about, you know, the law of 44, 444. I promise you, not the next day, but that very night, the day that we did the lecture, we got receipts, we got witnesses, men lie, women lie, and numbers don't. The day that he did the lecture and getting up there, breaking down the law of 44, qualifying it because he had a visual lecture, the lottery hit 444. Okay, this is in the birthplace of Mama Pill. This is where activated. This is where our God particle emits from. It comes from this dirt right here in Norfolk. So in that lecture, I re-inaugurated Facts Initiative under the banner of Facts 2020. 2020 is around the corner. I will be committing most of my time, energy, platforms, intellect, and other things, my likeness to the Facts 2020 initiative, something that I put to the side while dealing with 100,000 other things. I have to focus completely on those solution-based apparatus, the solution-based platform, and that membership site that I built up, because that is the future in 20 on the corner. So we re-inaugurated it, we launched it again. Conscious Industry. I'm gonna do that stream. I'm gonna do that lecture as an ebook, or I'm gonna do it on this YouTube page where I'm talking over it, narrating it, walking us completely through it, because it had a lot of solutions. I was very impressed. The audience was immensely impressed. If anybody was in the audience, in the chat room right now, you know, go ahead and qualify that statement. I'm not here beating up on no, you know me. I don't need the motherfucking, I'm good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't come up here blowing smoke. So we did our thing. Blue Pill did his thing. Professor Griff did his thing as usual. The family came out. It was a beautiful thing. Like I said, we got gifts. Look at this gift right here. Look at this organite. This is an organite, right? This is made out of organite. If anybody knows what organite is, if anybody knows the properties of organite, this has copper inside of it. It has all kind of sacred stones and whatnot inside of it. This is helpful against radiation that comes off of these computer screens, right? So that's what the organite is. I want to give thanks to everybody who came and gave, you know, and supported, was able to cop the DVD, the CD, the double disc, Twin, the double album, 23 songs, you know what I'm talking about? We were able to autograph everybody's album. The people who supported Kings County Clothier sold out damn near. The people who supported the Gold Water, the Gold Drops, Soul Gold Drops, everything the Blue had through the My Power pieces, the jewelry and whatnot, you know, that's what it is. We're a moving marketplace. Okay, yeah. And we're doing a lecture called Conscious Industry. So we show and prove to the family that right now we don't got to talk about plans. There's a conscious industry that exists as we're breathing right now, and it's not just us. We didn't get up there once again, you know, mental masturbating and, you know, self-anointing ourselves and giving ourselves all of these fucking goofy names. No, we talked about multiple brands that exist in the ecosphere of what is known as Black consciousness, woke consciousness, or whatever you want to call it, right? And we qualified the success of multiple groups and organizations that came together. We spoke about the brother Jay Morrison in Atlanta, who was able to do what? To show the world and break any of the molds of the distrust and everybody that was saying that you can't do it and it's impossible and we need an army and whatnot. He raised $10 million without controversy, without dragging another brother, without beefing with somebody, without any kind of nigga antics. You understand? So he showed people in real time that all of this is possible. That's a fact. So the world would never be the same after that. Niggas should not be talking about anything else but how to make 10 million off of a equity crowdfunding, round A+, how to qualify yourself, how to legitimize what it is that we're doing collectively, or how do we help that brother out and what it is that they're trying to do, because they're about to buy a city, they're about to buy towns, they're buying real estate and whatnot. So collectively, the community that I belong to and the community that identifies themselves as conscious, and I'm not just talking about the teachers, I'm talking about all 10 million of you niggas out there, right? Everybody that be waving that flag when it's convenient. I'm talking about y'all. We can make this thing happen once again overnight. The power is in the now. I'm not going to get up here on some rambunctious shit. I'm on my laid back right now, but the power is in the now. And when you're ready to make it happen in the now, I'm always going to be within arm's reach. You can always, you know what I mean? I might not be the easiest person to find all of the time, but I'll pull up. You know what I'm saying? You name a date, I'll pull up. I'll be there. I pulled up every other time waiting for niggas to push that button. I'll pull up and I'll play my part. right? But in the meantime, between time, work is being done. Work is being done, man. I could not explain to you the amount of people come up to me and my brother every single city that we're going into, because keep in mind, we've been to these cities before. We're returning back to places where we planted seeds by doing lectures prior. And these lectures had information. It had basic instructions before leaving Earth. You know what I mean? Living Bibles. You know what I'm talking about? We gave niggas, we was spitting out gemstones. They say don't pitch pearls to swine, my nigga. You know what I'm talking about? I'm a walking Jacob. You know what I mean? We spit a lot of gems. And for the people who pick up those gems, polish them off, and run with the game, once I put the game out, it's yours. I don't own anything. That's your shit. Run with it. Make that shit happen. Cook it. But when you come, when you see the God, acknowledge the fact that you ran with that game. Don't you know what I'm saying? Like, my nigga, don't be shy. You know what I'm talking about? Because like an OG and Best I said, you can't spell game without me, my nigga. I'm still there. You know what I'm talking about? So, it's a beautiful thing. Don't ever fall for the propaganda that our people are not doing shit for themselves outside of YouTube or outside of the internet or Instagram, and all niggas who have, locks in their hair, don't have money, or people who are, smelling like shea butter, they corny, and all of that fake ass fuckboy propaganda shit that people be allowing to spread through social media and aspect of, COINTELPRO, because it fits all within the 5 or 6 tenets of what COINTELPRO identifies as their objectives. So we don't really, we laugh at it. You neutralize that shit by making fun of it. You know what I'm talking about? But there's work to be done, and there's work being done. And there's babies that are involved. There's grown-ups that are involved. There's parents that are involved. There's grandparents that are involved. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people is not big on, celebrating family and humanity and people being happy and all of these other things, but I'm about balance. So I take the good and the bad together on both, I balance that shit out. So I'm able to witness the decadence. I'm able to witness the darkness. I'm able to witness the evils that men do. I've been able to witness a lot of shit. So I need my balance. Like, I need to be able to witness something that will restore faith. I need to be able to witness something that will lighten up my heart. I need to be able to witness some kind of signs of compassion, some kind of signs of empathy, some kind of signs of love. I'm not allergic to that shit. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not impervious to it. I accept it, I receive it, and I give it. So, it's all love, because I'm talking into these cameras, but I do wait for the day that I'm able to greet everybody whose life I affected positively, so we can have a positive exchange, so the cipher can be complete, because it's reciprocal. So if I spit out these jewels, and these jewels are you were able to receive them, and the day that you receive, you bring it back, and now you spit some jewels and you give me some shit that I could move with. That's completing the cipher. You know what I mean? So it's a beautiful thing. So yeah, it is what it is. We're gonna be in some other places in within a few months. Look out Miami, look out Texas, Houston especially. Look out Houston, Texas, look out Miami, Newark, we're coming to see y'all. Pittsburgh, we're coming to see y'all. And there's a few other places, but we'll keep that in front of us right now. You know what I'm talking about? Who is your we? What are you talking about, Bashira? Peace to you, God. When you talking about, so you got to remember that this internet thing is a beautiful thing, right? This internet, this digital world, this cyberspace thing, the bits versus the atoms is cool and all, but the true energy, the true action, the real magic is face to face. When we get together 1,000 deep, imagine if we were as deep as these video views are. So if you see a video that says 100,000 views, imagine if you're in an arena. Imagine if you was in a stadium, like how J&B is out there, like how Migos and Drake is out there bodying shit on stages in front of 50,000, 80,000, 100,000, 18,000. because the garden is 18,000. So they're in front of all of those lighters. They're in front of all of these people. They're in front of all of this orgone energy. Remember the root word being orgone, orgasmic, organite, orgone energy. Okay. Creative, creation energy. So all of these negative, the negative ionosphere is charged up. The positive ionosphere is charged up. There's all of this jubilation. There's all of this celebration at a Jay-Z and Beyonce On the Run Part 2 concert, because I didn't go to the concert, but the shit that I seen on Instagram, they was going in on some black visions, like Afrofuturism, Afro surrealism type of, you know what I mean, building up the aesthetics where you could take somebody, you could take them into a rather than a sunken place. Nah, they body that shit. They body that shit. So those numbers, imagine that the videos that are put out by different speakers on different networks that do 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, 150,000. Imagine if those people were actually in the same place at the same time. We won't have to talk about you know, the hopelessness that many people are exhibiting in their, you know, in the fact that they've basically given up trying to experience new things. And that's all. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna make it simple like that. Experiencing new things. Because when we say, yo, we could gather in the hundreds of thousands, that's never been done before. And I know that there's been a million man march, and there's been all of these things, but that's not the same energy that we'll be doing this in. We'll be doing a gathering of the gods. We'll be doing a gathering of the schools of knowledge. We'll be doing a gathering of all of the people who are dealing with small black businesses, entrepreneurs, networks. You know what I'm talking about? It'll be a great gathering of master teachers and all of that. Treaties will be signed. All kind of petty beefs and things like that will be settled and put to the side. Economics will be dealt with. Military and security and things of that nature, they will be deputized. They will be brought in. They will be, you know, they will be ceremoniously, you know what I'm saying, anointed and even, you know, deputized that day, basically. So that's never been done. So if niggas is not striving to do something that hasn't been done before, and all you're doing is shit that has been done before, looking for some new shit or some new vibrations or some new frequencies or a new reality to born out of that, you're out of your goddamn cotton picking minds. And it's no wonder the shit is in a revolutionary state, meaning that it keeps revolving. It's going into circles, not truly into cycles. Because if life is about cycles, niggas, when is niggas gonna jump into the cycle when you was winning all the time, when you was just putting up wild W's, West Side all day? Where the fuck is that cycle at? If it's going in cycles, where's the cycle where you just continuously winning? When is that coming? Let me know. Let me set my alarm to that date. You know what I'm talking about? So the energy, the divine spark. And this is not the only option I'm giving you. I could give you multiple options. And I'm sure that you probably too. This is not an options race, my nigga. This is not an options competition, cocksucker. You understand? If you got an option, or if you got a solution, or if you wrote a motherfucking algorithm, nigga, you provide that to the people. You put that out there. Don't get alarmed, or don't feel bad, or don't feel motherfucking personal. Don't be in your feelings, Kiki, if I have an option or if I have a solution, because we all have something to bring to the table. If a nigga's not bringing no food to the table, why is he even sitting there? It's the year 2018. If people are not with that lamb talk, niggas don't got that lamb talk. If they don't got that cloth, if they're not solution based in their rhetoric, at least the majority of the things that come out of their mouths, why are you even still listening? Shame on you, Negroes. You know what I'm talking about? Shame on you, niggas. So let's just throw a scenario out there, since, you know, we got to always be visionaries, because I know that we live in a holographic universe, and I know that I'm speaking to the Godhead amongst us. I'm not remiss. I'm not lost to that. I understand that the people that we've been talking to make shit come true, because we'll speak of something and it will come true. It will prophesize and come true the next day. Like I said, Blue Pill got up there and talked about the law of 44 in Virginia in the beginning of Virgo season in the Virgin state, okay? Because Maryland is right next to the Virgin state. And he gave you prophecy and the lottery hit 444 that day. It's not coincidence. Don't ever try to write us off as coincidence because you're playing yourself. You know what I'm talking about? You just denying greatness when you see it. Niggas, the law is real, bro. The law is real. The great divine speaks through signs. How else would they speak but through the numbers? You niggas could speak Swahili and Arabic and all of these other things, but guaranteed you know where the motherfucking numbers is at. You know how to count up, right? You know how to count up. You know how to count. You know numbers. Numbers are universal. Logos are universal. The Nike check is universal. The Adidas stripe is universal. The Puma is universal. Logos, like they have in your good book. And numbers, universal. So they cook with those numbers. And the great divine speaks through signs. And the universe is speaking to you. I don't care if you niggas is not cool enough to understand that. That's not my job to make you understand that. I'm giving you a truth. You're living through speculation. You're operating through what is known as speculation. I'm giving you truth. It's two completely different realities. It's like the nigga who read the book about rock climbing and the motherfucking rock climber. Okay, our conversation could be different. You might have that cloth talk, nigga. I got lamb talk. Lamb talk, nigga. It's a whole different combo. So work is being done. Don't ever get fooled by anybody that tries to convince you that it's not being done. It's not being done in their reality, and that's on them. I'm here to let you know where the fuck my feet plant, where I go, where what my vision is. Movie that I'm in, we doing great, bro. Niggas is doing good. Everything is in divine order. Everybody's playing their position, whether protagonist or antagonist. It's all part of the plan. It's all part of the movie. It's all part of the script. It's all part of the script. You damn right we got the ability to see into the future. It's quantum. Remember, me and my brother's the same egg. It's split into two. That's called quantum. That's an aspect of quantum. There's one soul that exists in two places at once. It's quantum entanglement in the real fucking world. That's what twins represent. That's why they're so rare. We are quantum beings in the real world. So my brother could see something and I'm seeing it through my third eye. I'm already downloading it. It's inside of my hard drive. It's part of me. So we're not fraternal, my nigga. It's not that game right there. We're one egg. Imagine one person that was so powerful that it split into half. And then one half of it is one aspect of self, and the other half of it is the other aspect of self. It can't split in half and be the same person as two halves. My nigga, bro, it don't work like that. So you have an extrovert, an introvert. You know what I mean? You have somebody outgoing, somebody that's ingoing. And then we have the arch degree, which is my brother KT, that completes the cipher of the pillars. So I'm just giving you biblical lore. I'm giving you mythos. I'm trying to explain things as simple as possible without getting up here trying to get on some self-anointing, ego-tripping, narcissistic personality disorder motherfucking ride through, Wakanda with you niggas and start talking about, oh my goodness, da-da-da-da-da. But I'm just doing the knowledge that, nigga, do the knowledge. Man, know thyself. Man, know thyself. All I'm doing is the knowledge to me. I'm giving you the permission to do the knowledge to you, bro. This shit is fire. And it's like 100 pounds, man, heavy. I'm going to put that right on my wall. You know what I'm saying? I got the good, my complementary, what do they call it? It's red and blue, so we're gonna need the two double female energy. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So don't get all Catholic on me right now. If you saw some boobs and whatnot, that's life. Breasts sustain life. That's where the milk comes out of, my nigga. That's life. When I see breasts, I see life, not just nipples and whatnot, not just you know, like they call them jugs and what. No, nigga, I see life. It's different. I was breastfed, so it's different. It's just a different, I have a different perspective. You know what I mean? I just have a different perspective. And I would like not to apologize for my perspective because that's not the popular opinion. Yeah. All right, we might have to wrap this up in a minute. I briefly wanted to talk about what happened with the gaming thing. All right, I want to dive into what happened with the gaming thing. The thing that happened with the gaming thing is another example of what you know. Okay? White fragility. This is white fragility at its finest. All right. This is a young white boy who lost a game to a black child who came into what? The fantasy world, his fantasy industry. Remember, Real Player One. That these children, these white children, and also our children exist in this online gaming world. When I did my lecture in Baltimore called The Enemy Decoded, I showed you that Grand Theft Auto 5 is the highest selling title in all industries ever. It's outsold Star Wars, ET, it's outsold all of these titles. It's the most selling entertainment title ever in history, Grand Theft Auto 5. So the children that we are saying are, oh, put the guns down, and you know, we don't know where they're getting this violence from, and you know, the niggas are shooting up Chicago, and they're shooting up the hood, and they're shooting up the schools, and now they're shooting up gaming tournaments. The police are hyper you know, hyper violent, you know, all of this aggression and whatnot. And I watched some of the shows. I watched the Tariq Nasheed broadcast and a Black Authority. You know what I mean? I checked those out earlier today, and they were talking about the situation. So I got to give them their props on the reporting that they did on it. It was very in-depth, and it fit right in alignment with what it is that I've been talking about. This is white fragility. You're dealing with go and watch the movie American Psycho. You have to do the psychosis, the psychological analysis of these people who we are calling you know, race soldiers or white identity extremists. You dig what I'm saying? It might not mean anything to some of you, and I have no problem with that. And you should ignore it. Don't pay no attention to it. Keep it moving, walk that way, and do what it is that you do. But there are some of us who said to themselves, you know what? I'm not going to pay attention to it. I'm going to speak on it. I'm going to dismantle it. I'm going to pull the covers up. I'm going to explain it. I'm going to lift the veils up. I'm going to defang it. I'm going to pull the charge from it, because if not, it has the ability to be the big motherfucking gorilla in the room on these niggas. It could induce fear. They could sell it like they sold ISIS and like they sold all of these other things and cripple our people in a state of fear. So we're going to ridicule this shit. This is not white superiority. This is white fragility. This is the definition of white fragility. This is the definition of white inferiority. And boom, that's how it fits on these niggas. Why they be calling the police and their hands be shaking? Why they hiding behind things when they calling people? Why did these niggas? Why when they stop somebody and they go full motherfucking Mayweather on them, they start falling out, knocking out. They're scared. They're living in fear. There's a fear of a black and more Messiah, a messianic energy, a fear of a black planet, the fearing of the browning of America, the fearing of the rising of you niggas with your pants down and tattoos on your face, all of that stuff. So they are doing multiple psyops. They are doing multiple operations. They are playing. They are cooking niggas, spirit cooking niggas, slow roasting niggas. You could ignore it if you want. You could act like, you know, we're just here doing, you know what I mean? The white man never, and I'm not giving him no kind of power of what he's doing or how he's catching. But I know when I see a psyops, a psychological operation, and I'm going to call that out, and I'm going to break that down, and I'm going to decode that, and I'm going to lift the veils on that, and I'm going to say, don't give it your energy. Cartier glasses, I won't even Pikachu. Yellow Ferrari, like Pikachu. You look that way. You look that way. Cartier glasses, I won't even Pikachu. So you don't look at all of that shit these crackers is throwing at us. Yes, I agree. Don't even look at it. I won't even Pikachu. Yellow Ferrari like Pikachu. You look at the yellow Lambo or the yellow Rari. You know what I'm talking about? Keep your eyes on the prize. If it's on the bag, keep it on the bag. If it's on the motherfucking Golden Gates, nigga, keep it on that. because there's gonna come a day and time where this whole shit gonna be falling apart, and you still gotta be focused. You still have to have tunnel vision. You still have to have your eyes on the prize. You still got, if you see yourself living up in a motherfucking palace or a castle and whatnot on the shores of Tripoli, you stay with that vision in your mind until it falls together. You might have the whole Tripoli might have to fall apart in order for that castle to rise. I don't know. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? How are you writing your story? How are you planning? How are you programming? How are you writing your script? How are you manipulating the motherfucking code? All is mental. How deep into meditation? How deep into self-medication? How far are you willing to go, my nigga? How many grams did you take? How much are you willing to crack the veil? It's all on your shoulders. It's all in your heart. What you willing to do? You know what I'm saying? You willing to go into the middle of the forest and we could leave you there for a few days while you're on 5 grams of mushrooms every day? You willing to go into the jungles of Peru in the middle of nowhere and go and do your little ayahuasca and whatnot? You willing to go into Mount Shasta in the middle of the top of the mountains and way out yonder and defocalize and meditate and be in a sweat lodge 120 degrees and sweat out all of your toxins and challenge your shadow self and challenge your motherfucking boogeyman? Are you willing to do that? Because I don't care what you niggas is talking about. Even if we went to war, after the war, we would have a bigger war trying to de-niggerize niggas. You know what I mean? And trying to heal niggas and trying to get niggas in alignment. So that's the motherfucking goal right now. You know what I mean? But I wanted to read from the decoded PDF, from the enemy decoded PDF about the whole gamer thing. But, you know, I want y'all to go to the Patreon because the PDF is on the Patreon. It's for paying members, and you could go and download that and study it. You know what I'm talking about? But the video is on Baba TV. Go and watch the video on Baba TV. We did it in Capitol Heights at the Everlasting Life restaurant. Is called The Enemy Decoded. I went the fuck in. All right. And I talked about what just happened yesterday with the gamer who killed the young black gamer and wounded a whole bunch of other people. Then he killed himself. So what's the mentality of somebody who kills other people and then kills themselves? Black people don't do that. Black people don't do that. They don't body shit and then kill themselves. That's somebody that's scared to go to jail. That's somebody who want to kill the person that they killed, and the guilt is probably creating a situation where they kill themselves. Or that's somebody who's being programmed and manipulated from an outside force. But the jails wouldn't be at capacity all around America if niggas killed shit and then killed themselves. That's not a nigga trait. That's not what niggas I know do. Nobody's killing themselves, bro. They're gonna walk the yard like Mufasa with their, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a reward system in Niggerville, USA. If you catch a body or you're a shooter, you know what I mean? It's perks that come with that. You get more potatoes at the fucking mess hall. So look, you know, my son, when I spoke to him about this whole gaming thing, I said, look, you be on that Fortnite thing. You're into the Fortnite, and I'm not going to stop you from your Fortnite, you know, addiction. Damn near, that's what it is. But if you in any kind of chat room and they throwing around the word nigga and it's used to degrade you, or if somebody's trying to act like some little limp dick recessive is trying to throw nigga out there like it's supposed to, they nigga shaming you. You know what I'm talking about? I told them, get up out of those chat rooms. You don't belong in there. And at the end of the day, I'll probably do more to police the interaction. But him personally, I listen to him when he's on those online things around the world. The gaming, they're not on. He's 10 years old, so they're not calling each other nigga. They're not cursing. They're not acting belligerent. They're really acting silly, and they're acting like skilled marksmen and trained killers. Little fucking children are trained killers in these chat rooms and these video games and whatnot inside of this world. So mentally, they're being desensitized. Mentally, they're being almost dehumanized. The realism and the people that they're killing is so realistic that in real world, to pull a trigger is going to be almost nothing to them, especially if they give them some kind of goggles or Oculus Rift, like how they put in the Black Magic episode, the Black Mirror episode. You feel me? So be aware of what your children are interacting with these on, because like the brother said in their video, they don't make it a rest haven for Negroes. It's not a nigga rest haven. It's not a black man's rest haven. They make it very uncomfortable for the black man and the black woman. You know what I'm saying? And the black child. You know, there's a lot of bigotry. There's a lot of, you know, it's their version of ratchetness. I guess racism is their version of ratchetness. And, you know, it is what it is. But I'm about to sign off. You know what I mean? I got some things that I need to do. You know, we went in for about an hour. I do have more stuff that I want to build on, but you know, I'm a busy man. I got busy. I got a lot of obligations and things that I got to handle. So I'll get back to the family in the very near future. You know, look out for us on Black Magic 363, Baba TV. Look out for more uploads. I just uploaded a whole bunch of new stuff. These are classics from 2012, like I said. So you could go and fact check what I was talking about in 2012. 6 years later in 2016, I laid it all out in 2012. So we could start making an assessment of, you know, and qualifying the work that we're doing. Like, go and check my old work. You know what I'm talking about? We ain't no just, we ain't no Johnny come latelys to this decoding and putting this information out, you know. But it's all love. It's love and light to the family. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. Love and light. Make sure y'all subscribe to the page if you're not a subscriber already. I actually want to reach a goal. I want one of those 100,000 member plaques. I like them shits. The Sylvan Jones. Yeah, I need that for the decoration of the young palace right here. You know what I'm saying? So that's a goal. I want to get 100,000. Why not? You know what I'm talking about? Why not? You know. And I'm going to show y'all magic with the 100,000. I'm going to show you that 100,000 magic. I'm going to show you the power of the now, the power of the collective, the magic of the collective, the motherfucking potential of the collective. But like I said, we'll talk about it. All right. Love and light to the family. Peace. I might as well end it with some music, right? A little bit of tunes, a little bit of tunes.
Well, I have to say this about my sons. Red pill, blue pill, it can't be a mother couldn't have, and a father couldn't have, or a family couldn't have a better set of sons. Because, no, really. And that's not to say these guys are typical. They got angels. They like. Across the Pacific Atlantic, as I was the force of the mystic, the planet is our mechanical powers that slanted the towers, botanical flora, we planted the planet. I want to use it and power more diesel than plants of the sour, more lethal than grams of the powder, expanding my power, no people will random my hours. Finest in traffic with traffickers, trafficking, finest in fabrics, designers is African, shiners is Arabic, 44 Mavericks, 24 carriage, 42 savages, only two savages, slaves to the lavish shit, say we the Africans, paid to the Packers, age of the activists, waving the magic stick, raising the Nazareth, raising the blackberries. Red stones on my red throne, red throne at these red bones, in a red rose with the red robe, fancy crow when them heads roll, with the blue seals on the blue moons, how the blue flames doing blue rooms, got the blueprints, all this blue money that I blew through. I am a king, I am a scholar, I am from royalty, I am T'Challa, Wakanda forever, Killmonger forever, I'm true to Shambhala, I'm new to Kabbalah, the ink of a scholar, worth more than the blood of a martyr, worth more than the drugs in the cart of the sport that can cut through the armor, the Lord that can crush you through karma, it's such a dishonor, I'm from the matrix with digital pills, paid on my dues with indigenous bills, fuck all the frivolous thrills, bitch I got bridges to build, bridges to fill, free government like I bitches to kill, stick to your God like I've been to Brazil, I'm finished to still, if you enter my field and I said you gon' swill. Red stones on my red throne at these red bones, in a red rose with the red robe.
That's pro when them heads roll. Blue still on the blue moons, how the blue flames doing blue shrooms, got the blueprints, leaving blues clues, all this blue money that I blew through. Puffing them ganja, we fucking up commas. Sacred geometry, face of anomalies, facing like allergy, kissing on Halloween, racing economy, great trigonometry, ancient lobotomies, ancient philosophies, ancient is Socrates, raping the sodomies, even apology, ancient neutrality, fuck all the drama, let's fuck up some comments, system ancient edit with fucking Madonna. Love for the genre, I'm busting my llamas, these fucking piranhas and words with your mama. Bury that sea with the fucking piranhas. You selling them whole like you fucking Obama. We selling them dope like we fucking Osama. Life is a bitch, let's just call them Madonna. Adopted the twins from hotels in Rwanda. Red stones on my red grow. Red grown at these red bones. Red grows with the red grow. That's pro with them heads roll. With the blue steel on the blue moons, how the blue flames doing blue shrooms, got the blueprints, leaving blues clues, all this blue money that I blew through.
All right, that's off that Twin album. That's Twin off of the Twin album. Make sure y'all go and get that. You know what I'm talking about? Go get that single, go get that album. You know what I mean? And look out for that movie, that episode 1 that's about to drop. What I was just showing you when the music was playing was the Enemy Decoded PDF. That's on my Patreon page. Patreon.com/Red Pillar. We have the PDF on my Patreon page. I want y'all to be able to go and get that. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be an ebook coming up very soon. But for all of the Patreon members, the paying Patreon members, you can view that, and you can also view the Conscious Industry PDF. Both are about 100 some odd pages. This one is short. How many pages? This is 159 pages, and the other one is about 70 pages. So it's a bunch of information. Go and check it out. But with that being said, I want to say love and light to the family. All right. Peace and love.